Welcome to Amy Learns to Cook. On the show today, we are going to make banana bread. Now this is one of my favorite quick breads. It's easy to do and it tastes really good. So let's make some banana bread. Okay, so the first thing I did was I greased a loaf pan, and this is a 9.5-inch loaf pan, and easy to prepare. Just rub it down with a little Crisco with a paper towel, and it will be ready to go. So we are going to mix together our dry ingredients, and our first ingredient is the flour. So we are going to take 2 cups of just plain all-purpose flour, and we're going to put that into a mixing bowl. 2 cups of flour. And then we are going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. We're also going to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And we are going to add in a very special spice that I like to use on all kinds of things. This is called apple pie spice. And to give a little plug to my favorite spice store, it comes from Penzeys, and it smells so good, and I use this on all kinds of stuff, not just apple pie. So we're going to put 1/2 teaspoon of apple pie spice, and we are going to then give this just a quick stir to mix up these ingredients. And now we are ready for our wet ingredients. So now we are going to take 3/4 cup of packed brown sugar, and we're going to use this little 1/4 cup, and we're going to take 3 of these. We're just going to pack it in there and dump it into the bowl of our stand mixer. If you don't have a stand mixer, certainly you can use a hand mixer, or you can just mix this by hand. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, so we got 3/4 cup of brown sugar. We're also going to, with that, we're going to put 1/2 cup softened butter. And make sure this is softened because we're going to cream the sugar and the butter together. And you want to make sure that when the mixer starts, it's not a big hunk of cold butter in there. So we're going to go 1/2 cup of butter. And then we're going to fit our mixer with the paddle attachment. We're just going to put that on, and we are going to cream the butter and the sugar so it's nice and fluffy. And this takes just a second. You might have to scrape your bowl down a little bit because my beater is not adjusted all the way down to the bottom of the bowl because I don't want it to scratch my bowl. And give her another little whirl. Okay, so we are going to beat 2 eggs. Make sure you do it in a separate bowl because that way if you get any shell in, you won't ruin the rest of your ingredients. So we're just going to put that, and we're going to beat them pretty good to make sure all the egg is combined. And then we're going to add that to our creamed butter and sugar mixture. Also going to add in 2 cups of mashed bananas. Now you want to buy some bananas and keep them around a little bit until they get to that stage where you wouldn't normally eat them. What happens as bananas age is they get really sweet and really soft. So when they're at that stage, it's time to make banana bread, right? So this is about 6 bananas, believe it or not. And you just put them in a cup like this. You need 2 cups and mash them with a fork. It's really easy. And you have perfect banana for banana bread, right? So we're gonna go ahead and add that to our mixer. And we're just gonna combine this. So let's make sure it's all thoroughly incorporated. If you have to scrape down the bowl because your sugar is down at the bottom, go ahead and do that. Okay, so now it's time for the dry ingredients. Okay, so now that all our wet ingredients are mixed together, it's time to add in our dry ingredients. And we previously mixed together the flour, the salt, the baking soda, and apple pie spice in the separate bowl. And now we're gonna combine it with our wet ingredients. Okay, so we are going to turn the mixer on. And we're gonna slowly add this. You don't wanna add it too fast, otherwise you'll get a nice big puff of flour in your face. So add it slowly. As you do that, you might have to turn your mixer up. You don't wanna overbeat this, but you want it to just combine. We'll do a little scrape down really quick to make sure everything is nicely incorporated. One more quick whirl, and it's looking pretty good. Okay, so now we are going to take the batter, scrape off our beater, get all that good stuff in there, right? Because this is going to be part of our little cake here. And we're going to take our loaf pan that we previously greased, and we're going to take our batter and we're going to put it in the loaf pan. Ooh, it looks good. Okay, so we are going to get the rest of this batter out of this bowl. I use my offset spatula to sort of even the batter out so we get a nice even loaf. So we're just going to spread that a little bit in here just to make sure that our loaf is nice and comes out nice and even. Okay. So we are ready to put this in the oven. We're going to put this in a 350-degree oven for about 60 minutes. You will know when it's done when you take a toothpick and stick it in the middle and it comes out clean. It's going to be, you will start knowing that it's done because it's going to smell like nice hot banana bread. So 60 minutes, 350 degrees, and then we will take a taste. Okay, so our banana bread is out of the oven and it looks really good. It was in there for about 60 minutes, and we're gonna go ahead and get this baby out of the pan. Came out really nice because we greased the pan. And we're gonna go ahead, flip it over. It's a little warm, so let's flip it over. And wow, that looks great, and it smells so good. So we're going to give this a little cut and have a little taste. This is the best part, right? So let's see, let's move it over to this platter. It's nice and warm. And we're going to go ahead and cut it and have us a nice piece of banana bread. Okay, so let's cut it and take a taste. I'm gonna cut a nice piece. I'm using a serrated bread knife. This is an offset bread knife, And what it does is it helps from you getting that when you cut it and then it collapses, right? This keeps it nice, the shape nice, and cuts it really beautifully. So here is our piece of banana bread. And we are going to take a taste. Oh, it's still nice and warm. It's delicious. You can really taste the banana, the apple pie spice. It is really good. When you're talking comfort food, this is comfort food. If you like the recipe, please visit my website at www.amylearnstocook.com and subscribe to my channel because a lot more videos are on the way.